What's going on, everybody? If you follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, a few days ago you would have seen a post of mine of a close mishap of somebody running a red light, but thankfully I reacted just in time and I was able to nearly avoid a front end collision with my car. Something happened with my master cylinder. I thought it was the brake booster, but I ended up blowing out the master cylinder. So this morning I decided to pull the master cylinder and throw another one that I had in it, and that one ended up being no good. I'm gonna have to buy a new one. But while I'm servicing the whole brake system, I decided to try to figure out what was wrong with something going on with my right rear brakes. Since I've had the car on the outside pads, only been grabbing like the top, inch and a half of the rotor around the circumference of it. I thought like maybe my pad was, like busted into a few pieces. So I opened it up, and it's been a headache trying to figure out what exactly has been going on. It ended up not being the brake pad, so let me show you what's going on. I don't know how, but somehow, prior to me owning this vehicle, it's a caliper. I don't know how that happened, but this caliper, it's bent. It's bent open. I got the rear side pad. It's been grabbing on the top side of it on this side of the pad, and it's not been grabbing on the bottom side. But I don't see obviously anything broken. Same thing with the pad that was on the outside. I've already cleaned up the rotor kind of a little bit, but you can see that in this area right here was the only areas that that the brake pads were grabbing. Down here is where I got it all cleaned up for when I get this thing fixed. So I don't have an extra brake caliper for a CB, but I do have an extra set of calipers for a prelude. But unfortunately, even though they're the same size and the brake pads that I have on here, they're from the prelude, those will work. The caliper from the prelude, it has a different bracket that attaches the e-brake cable. And what the e-brake cable attaches to from the CB, this portion here is longer on the prelude, or no, it's longer on the CB than it is on the prelude. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to loosen up my adjustment on the cable inside the car and be able to use these prelude calipers with my cb7 brake cable or not. Guess I'm gonna find out, right? Before I get too far deep into the thoughts of this caliper working, I got it set up in here trying to test fit it, and it's not going to work. I was going to have to fabricate something for the e-brake cable to actually work on it, but with the design, it's not going to work on the CBs because the bleeder nipple runs right into our LCA bolt nut stuff, and not able to get this whole bracket all the way bolted in. So I did what I wasn't really wanting to do. That's Robbie had a set of rear disc brake swaps for the car back here in the back of the shop. Went ahead and stole the right side off of his extra set, and once I have a chance, I'll go get one of mine off the wrecked coupe down at JJ's place. Well, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. Now it looks, I got a good caliper on here, it looks great. But the bleeder valve is rusted in there and snapped right off. So I'm back to square one. Need to find another caliper. I ended up running into the issue with the caliper itself being bent. Prelude 1 won't actually work for the CB, although like size wise everything fits, but the hose fitting for one was upside down, and the bleeder nipple was on the bottom side, and it was in the way of, you know, it was in the way of going together. And then you seen what happened with the one I snagged from Robbie, and the bleeder screws all, it's mangled and broke off. So now I'm back to square one. All right, guys. Well, I got to search for a brake caliper and a brake master cylinder. Getting pretty late in the day. I'm a little bit tired. Kind of a little bit sunburned too. So I think that's gonna end it for today. Till next time, peace out.